Hello student, today we will see a brief introduction to the topic bending and shear stresses. Okay, now the detailed derivation of the equation, that is bending stress equation, which is also known as the flexural formula. It is given in the notes itself, and today we will just see briefly about this particular formula and some other terminologies also. Okay, now the basic bending stress equation, it is given by the formula sigma by y is equals to m by I is equals to E by R. Okay, now the detailed derivation is given in the book itself. Okay, now how to remember this particular formula from the exam point of view? It is very simple. You can remember it as sigma by y is most important for exam result. Okay, so this is one trick where you can remember this particular formula, that is sigma by y is equals to m by I is equals to, sigma by y is most important for exam result. Now there are 6 terminology in this formula. Now what are that terminology? Let's see. Now let us consider one beam here. If I am considering one beam here, one simple beam. Now if I am applying load on this beam, अगर मैं यहाँ पे इस पे लोड अप्लाई करता हूँ like this, now this beam will bend, so its bending pattern will be something like this. Okay, अगर मैं इस बीम के लिए कहता हूँ कि if I draw a cross section for this beam, then this will be the width of my beam, this will be the depth of my beam, and somewhere here there is the neutral axis of my beam. Okay, now when my beam bend in this pattern, then for this case, for this particular formula, sigma is the stresses produced in this member. The stresses produced at the top of the beam, at the bottom of the beam, or from top to bottom complete here. Okay, these are the stresses produced. For this case, if I am saying, if I draw the stress distribution diagram, then in this case it will be like this. Okay, यहाँ पे पूरे बीम में, यहाँ पे पूरे मेंबर में, from this end to this end there will be the stresses produced because of this bending. That stresses, अगर मैं यहाँ पे इस बीम के लिए consider करता हूँ, so definitely on the bottom there will be the tensile stresses, so which are sigma t, and on the uppermost part or on the uppermost layer of this beam there are compressive stresses, which is sigma c. Okay. Now somewhere in the neutral axis I have considered there are no stresses here. Okay, now sigma is the stresses produced due to bending in this particular member. Next, I is the moment of inertia of given section. Okay, whatever is the type of your section, it may be a rectangular, it may be a circular, it may be a hollow rectangular, it may be a hollow circular member, and according to that you need to put the value, you need to consider the value of moment of inertia. If it is a rectangular, then it is BD cube by 12. For circle, it is pi by 4 into d raised to the power 4. So sorry, pi by 64 into d raised to the power 4. So as you have different member size and shapes, then according to that you need to put the value of moment of inertia of your beam section. So sigma are the stresses, I is the moment of inertia, m is the moment of resistance. It is the maximum bending moment basically. So whatever the moment produced, if I have considered some cantilever beam if I consider this cantilever beam, और इस cantilever beam के end में अगर यहाँ पे एक लोड अप्लाई होता है, अगर जिसकी वैल्यू हम W कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, और हमारे पूरे स्पैन की लेंथ अगर हम L करते हैं, कंसिडर करते हैं, सो मोमेंट विल बी W into L. Likewise, that depend upon the type of loading, it may be a UDL, it may be a UVL, उसके हिसाब से आपको यहाँ पे मोमेंट की वैल्यू कंसिडर करनी है. The next one is the most important term, that is the y. Y is the distance of considered layer from the neutral axis. On which axis you need to find out the value of stresses. If in the numerical it is said that find out the value of stress at the extreme end, then in that situation, if I am considering this rectangular beam, or in the numerical, if I am given a rectangular beam, then for this beam I know that the neutral axis will be at a distance of d by 2, and from this end, if I need to find out the value of stress at the extreme end, then in that situation my value of y will be d by 2. Okay, if someone said in the numerical, if you having a beam of depth 300 mm, then find the value of stress at the distance of 100 mm from neutral axis. Now in this situation, this will be my y, and which is equals to 100. If someone say find the value of stresses at a distance of 100 mm from the bottom or the extreme fiber, then in that situation the value of y will be 200. Okay, so these are the values, or this is how you need to consider the value of y. E is the Young modulus of given beam material. It may be wooden, it may be a steel, or it may be a concrete section also, or it may be a RCC section also. Okay, R is the radius of curvature. So for this case, if I am considering this particular beam, then this particular distance, this will be the radius of curvature R. So this is the brief introduction, or this is the short introduction to the bending stress equation or Fletcher formula. Now, the next important terminology in this case is the section modulus. Now in this case, the section modulus, it is given by the formula Z is equals to moment of inertia upon the distance from your neutral axis. Okay, now if you put this value in the bending stress equation, then it will be, now if you use these two ratios, then it is sigma by y is equals to m upon I. So if you replace this value in this ratio, then moment m is equals to stress into, that is sigma into section modulus. Okay, now you need to find out the value of section modulus for different cases. Means if you are using a rectangular section, then for this rectangular section, if this is the width and this is the depth, then if we consider the neutral axis, it is acting at the distance of d by 2, then in this case what we need to find out? We need to find out the value of z, and formula for z, it is I by y. Now in this case, for rectangular section, the value of section modulus, it is z is equals to I by y. Okay, now I, it is the moment of inertia of this given element with respect to centroid. So I know that for rectangle, I is equals to bd cube by 12. Okay, and y, this will be the value of y. Y is equals to d by 2 here for rectangle. So y is equals to d by 2. Now just put the value, you will get the value of section modulus for a rectangular section. So Z is equals to BD cube by 12 divided by, it is D by 2. So it will be BD square by 6. Okay, so this is how we have find out the value of a section modulus for our rectangular section. Now for next, if in the numerical a hollow rectangular section is given, then for hollow rectangular section, whatever it may be a hollow rectangular, you need to use a simple formula, that is I by y. Now in this case, capital B, capital D, width and depth for the outer periphery, for inner rectangular section, small b and small d are the width and depth. Now in this case, again you need to use the simple formula, that is Z is equals to I by y. Now in this case, what is the value of I for rectangle? The value is BD cube by 12. Now for hollow rectangular section, it is I will be BD, that is capital B capital D cube by 12 minus, for inner it will be small b small d cube divided by 12. So this will be the moment of inertia for hollow rectangular section passing through the centroid. Okay, now for this case, you require the value of y, and now in this case the value of y will be, that is y max this will be the value, and this y is equals to capital D by 2. This will be a capital D by 2. So you can write here y or y max, that is the distance at the extreme fiber, it is D by 2. Now simply put the value, that is Z is equals to I, it is BD cube by 12 minus BD cube by 12 divided by Z is equals to, divided by y max or y, it is D by 2. So you will get the formula as BD cube minus BD cube divided by 60. So this is a formula for hollow rectangular section, or you can say the section modulus formula for hollow rectangular section. If in the numerical the circular section is given, then procedure is almost same, just you must know the value of I and y, that is I is the moment of inertia with respect to centroid of given element, and y is the distance from extreme fiber, or the distance from centroid to the extreme fiber. So this is the brief introduction to the bending stresses. The numerical on this we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.